Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, everyone. My name is Kathy Weathersby. I'm a proud Akanapreneur and a wellness coach for Akana. It is my pleasure to introduce to you guys our CEO. This woman is a businesswoman with over 30 years of experience. She is a wellness advocate for about the same amount of time. And she'll tell you her story, but through that, she became burst with the knowledge that would allow her to become a best-selling author, co-author. She loves the roundness of her life and being a wonderful mother, grandmother, and wife. She is the hardest working CEO. She is the visionary for Akana in creating a company that can help America and the world have their optimal health. It's my pleasure to introduce Melissa Boston Atoyebe.
Hi, Kathy. I'm here. I was trying to find my mute button as you were telling everybody to grab their coffee. I said, oh, shoot, I didn't even have my coffee today from our awesome new coffee. So, guess what I was doing? I said, let me hurry up and try to warm up some water to have a sip of coffee before the call starts. Oh, my goodness. What a great way to start your day with our amazing new plant-based coffee. But thank you so much, Kathy, for all that you do. Just so appreciative of you. I mean, to be here on the call, getting introduced by you. I mean, you are VP of Finance, someone who's hit the Emerald Director position, and just the leadership that you display on a daily basis is amazing. And thank you so much for always leading from the front. But I want to just thank everyone and welcome you. Happy Saturday. And this is actually a very big day. I don't know if you guys know this. It's not just the day after Black Friday, but this is actually Small Business Saturday. So if you are a guest on the line, I don't know if there's any guest, but just go ahead and say hello if there's any guest on the line that's not a distributor. If you are in the business already and you have your own distributorship and you are a small business, go ahead and give us a shout out too so we can know who are all our business owners out there, because today we want you to win big. We want to remind you, we want to remind the community, again, this is the day that we shop small, we win big, and know that you have a business where every dollar can make a huge, huge, huge impact. So I'm going to give it a pause. I'm going to see who's out there, who's our guests, and who are our distributors. Let's just quickly look at this chat. I see there's some comments already. So let's see who we got out there. One moment. A business. Okay, Michael Newsom is a business owner. Any other business owners out there? Is everybody guest on the line? Where they say you can't, a closed mouth would not get fed. So let's see if there's any other business owners out there. Any guests on the line? Are you guys shy this morning? You know how to hit the chat. Well, I'm going to give you guys a moment to catch up, guys, while we jump right into it. Oh, there we go. Looks like we got one more. Hey, there we are. Diana says she is a business owner. So yes, you are a business owner. But again, welcome to the line. This is Small Business Saturday. We want to spread the word out there that you want to definitely on this day, shop small and win big. In fact, our company will be doing drawings. And we're going to do them hourly, starting at, not hourly, but we're doing one, I believe, at 2 o'clock, one at 6 o'clock, and one at 10 o'clock. So basically what that means is if you shop today, whether you're a distributor or a customer, we're going live on Facebook and we're going to give away some phenomenal prizes all day long. So make sure you go get that and communicate that to your customers. Like somebody else is talking to me. Let's see who else is there. Hey, another business. Hey, Anthony, that's Anthony Morris out there. So at least you have 3 business owners on the line. I know, Kathy, you're a business owner too. So we have 4 business owners on the line. So make sure if you are a guest of any of them, you get back with them and you support their business on. I've got somebody else. Let's see who else is out there. One moment. Hey, James Mitchell says, me too. Okay, so let's support James Mitchell and his business as well. And so let's jump right into the presentation. Again, thank you, thank you. And so I know you're on the line because someone invited you on the line, and there's a health crisis that we're ignoring. Heart disease. When you look at cancer right now, I mean, cancer rates are epidemic. I mean, in fact, when they tell us statistics like our children, and I say children because I have a son in his 30s, And between the age of 20 and 40, colon cancer will be the leading cause of death by the year 2030. Then we look at diabetes. We look at the fact that not only are we given birth to the first generation of children who they're predicting will have a shorter life expectancy than their parents, but they're telling us that if our children were born after the year 2000, they have a 1 out of 2 chance, if they're African American, if they're Hispanic, of having diabetes in their lifetime. And all of that leads to this shortened life expectancy. And we know there's a problem in the United States. It's a word I've coined as chewicide. We're literally digging our graves with our fork. Let's look at the original diet. I don't know if you guys, were like me. I grew up with amazing grandparents who always, got food out of the garden. I can remember my grandmother planting her vegetables, our neighbors planting their vegetables. And that was sort of the way of life when we were younger. We would even go pick berries right from the tree. And now think about this. I mean, some of these kids are rarely, are barely exposed to fruits and vegetables on a daily basis. And so this has created a catastrophic consequence, which means now our life expectancy overall has shortened. And there's a silent killer where in 2020, 700,000 people died from cardiovascular disease. Knowing that cardiovascular disease is 90% preventable, what it tells me, there's 630,000 people who died in 2020 that really didn't have to. We know that for many people, and that's, I believe the statistic says 25% of people, the first symptom of a heart attack is actually death. And we know that 1 in 5 heart attacks are silent, but the damage is already done. And there's an alarming number of our children between the ages of 14 and 19 showing as much as 40% blocked arteries. Do you know the significance of age 45 for African Americans? You are now more than twice as likely to die from heart disease. And so what that tells me is sometimes you have people walking around looking like the picture of health, but they have a blocked artery, sometimes to the heart, which leads to a heart attack. A blocked artery to the brain leads to a stroke. So our vision is a world where everyone has access to the nutrition and resources they need to thrive, creating healthier, wealthier, and more resilient communities. Through our blood type campaign, we're empowering millions of families to discover their blood type and embrace our 5 steps to generational health, a simple, personalized roadmap to wellness. By fostering these habits, we aim to break the cycles of disease and poverty, building a foundation of generational health and prosperity for families worldwide. And so let's jump into the 5 key reasons why these problems are impacting our communities. And so the first reason is a lack of understanding of blood types. Now, I can relate this back to my story. Kathy shared a little bit about me, but I'll say this: as a blood type A, I was actually raised by a blood type O, my beautiful mom, O positive, and just someone who was always very strong, very resilient in my life. But guess what? As a blood type A child, she thought I was a hypochondriac because I always had different symptoms and issues. And the reality was I'm eating her diet, which was heavily animal-based. We had beef, we had chicken, even pork. And by the time I was 19 years old, I was in an emergency surgery situation where the doctors informed my family I had a 50% chance of living or dying. Now, thank God I survived that. But what was the issue? My digestive system wasn't able to break down all the animal meat. And as a result of that, my system became toxic. I literally had E. coli floating around in my body. And it was just one of those situations where, again, my family was on pins and needles. And the reality is, I would learn decades later that as an A blood type, my stomach acids are lower. And when your stomach acids are lower because of your blood type, guess what? It means you can't break down the animal meat like the O's were able to break it down. And so just know this, know that your blood type is a more reliable measure of your identity than your race, your culture, or your geography. It's a genetic blueprint for who you are and the guide to how you can live most healthfully. And again, I'm grateful because I actually experienced another near-death experience right before turning 40. And it was really right before turning 50 that I would meet the naturopath who asked me my blood type. I didn't know. I was able to order the test. I tested my blood, found out I was A. Then I wanted my son to get his blood tested. He was an O. I got my grandchildren tested, found out one was an O, one was a B. And it was just amazing as we were witnessing all the different blood types. It was that we can all be in one family, right? You think you're all in the same family, so you should all eat the same diet, but it's not true. And as a result of my decision, right, to understand my blood type, to share it with my family, my son, who they at one point thought he might be coming down with this colitis and this Crohn's, he had these horrible issues. I know at first it started off as IBS. He was going back and forth to the doctor. He had polyps in his colon. All of that he was able to reverse because guess what? He understood his blood type, started eating accordingly, and then we had that ripple effect through the family. Even his wife had this debilitating, this cystic acne that was a result of her eating, again, things that really weren't for her as a B blood. And after changing her diet, all that cleared up. And so it was amazing to see the results and how one little simple adjustment in your family could have such a big, big impact. And so when we think about this, the lack of understanding our blood type, know that Akana, we are committed to helping 1 million families learn their blood type. In fact, there are 4 blood types, type A, B, O, and AB. And these are powerful genetic fingerprints that literally identify us, surely as our DNA. And when we really break it down, A is agrarian. We are nature's vegetarians, thriving on farming and cooperative living with inventive, adaptable, and community-focused traits. B equals balance, adapted to harsh climates and diverse populations, harmonizing the mind's tensions with the immune system's demand. O equals Ode. It's the oldest blood type, evolved as hunters and gatherers with strong survival instincts and a fierce immune system. AB equals modern, the rarest blood type, emerging from the union of type A and type B, embodying complexity and adaptability. And so when we really start thinking about blood types, your blood type is your key to your body's entire immune system. It controls the influence of viruses, bacteria, infections, chemicals, stress, and the entire assortment of invaders and conditions that might compromise your immune system. And I want to break it down this way. Do you know when COVID hit, what they started seeing was blood type O's were more likely to survive COVID. And that blew my mind when I heard that statistic. Yeah, we knew that O's have a stronger immune system, but what else was there? Well, the challenges in this country and in most places in the world, O is the majority. So A's, B's, and ABs, we tend to eat the O diet. And when we're eating against our blood type, it creates a hyperactive immune system. So it wasn't that our immune system didn't attack COVID, it over attacked COVID. And so once we cleaned our diet up and ate accordingly, guess what? We saw the A's, B's, and AVs just as likely to survive COVID because you became your own vaccine, which is a powerful thing when you clean up your blood. So because your blood type is really the key to unlocking your body's nutritional blueprint. It's the single most important determinant in how your body interacts with the food you eat, and if these foods will cause inflammation, digestive problems, and/or weight gain. And so what happens when we eat against our blood type, these foods that contain these protein lectins that are not compatible with our blood type antigen, these lectins are targeting organs and bodily systems and begin to agglutinate blood cells in that area for disposal. So see, it's causing your immune system to constantly go into overdrive. And if we don't protect our immune system, we create these scenarios the next time a virus comes, and trust me, there will be new viruses. And so we're creating this highly carcinogenic substance in our body when we're regularly consuming these foods that are high in lectins and animal protein. And when you really think about it, you're probably wondering, well, how have you survived this whole time, right? Eating against your blood type. Well, fortunately, all of us have an immune system, right? Every blood type has an immune system, and that immune system is really there to protect you from these plant lectins, okay? And know that 95% of these lectins are actually sloughed off by the body. But then there's 5% of them that actually get filtered into the bloodstream. And inside of the bloodstream is where they're reacting and destroying our red and white blood cells. And so I want you to think about it this way, okay? We have this thing called DNA. And with our DNA, our genetics, we're getting about 50% of them from our mom. We get 50% from our dad. And we have to pray that we win the genetic lottery, okay? Because sometimes people just happen to win the genetic lottery so they can eat terrible. I mean, we've all seen that, right? People live 80, 90 years young, and they have eaten probably a terrible diet. They smoke cigarettes. And so we have to pray that we won the genetic lottery. But that's like playing Russian roulette with your health, because knowing that 50% of people did not inherit the genetic lottery. In fact, 50% of people in this country are reported to have some type of defect to the DNA that if we go off track, it can cause catastrophic consequences. So if you've ever had a health issue prior to turning 60 or 70, you probably can relate to that. Because some people, I know my mom is a perfect example. Her parents both lived plus 90. My mom was a smoker, a drinker. She still drinks probably a 40 ounce of Pepsi every day. And she's well into her 70s, very little issues medically, okay? But again, she got that great genetic lottery. Now, my dad died of Alzheimer's, dementia, and cancer. And so when you look at how the deck has been stacked for you or against you, you got to choose to make a decision, because your genetics, they load your gun, but it's your lifestyle that's going to pull the trigger. And so we can choose to extend our quality of life. We can choose to reverse the things that might be what they call stacked against us, because understand that epigenetics, and that's how you choose to live, really controls the outcome of your life. But it's knowing this so that we can take action before the crisis comes, because there's a consequence when we constantly eat against our blood type. In fact, there's something known as agglutination, and that's a clumping of bacteria or red cells when held together by antibodies known as agglutinins. And so what we must do is we must learn our blood. You must know your blood type. We can break this generational cycle of disease and just know that the power is in your hands. Because let's look at this scientifically. We know that if you went to go and receive a blood transfusion, and if they gave you the wrong blood, it could literally kill you. It would cause your blood to start clotting, and that could cause the body to hemorrhage. It could lead to just catastrophic consequences. And again, you might be unrelated to someone, but because you have the same blood type, you can give that person a transfusion where maybe you can't even give your child a transfusion because your blood type is different. And so wouldn't it make sense that if we're eating food that's not compatible with our blood, that it could slowly be killing us? And so here's a sample of some of the avoid list, okay? You know, one person's food is another person's poison. And when I found out as an A blood, something as simple as a tomato, banana, lamb chop, even potatoes and shrimp were toxic for my blood. And then when we think about our B blood, the chicken, the avocado, the black beans, of course, seafood, fish is great for B's and A's as well. But again, it's certain fish. So you have to watch the whole list and see what is medicine for you, what's neutral, and what you should avoid. And then when we think about the O's, I mean, catfish, and again, the avocado, the oranges, the white wine, the cashews. And then, of course, ABs are a combination between the A and the B. And so know this, there was actually a book released back in 1996. And that book is Eat Right for Your Type. So there's a doctor who is actually nominated for a Nobel Prize for all of his work. And you're probably wondering, why am I just learning that food impacts my blood cells based on blood type? Well, if it isn't taught in medical school or created by Big Pharma, it isn't promoted in the United States. We know that in this country, big business equals profits over people. I want you to think about it. The profitable foods are the most processed foods. Those are the ones with a 90% profit margin. That's what they focus on. Anything they can do to preserve the shelf life, even if it means putting toxic chemicals in there. Fresh fruits and vegetables are very low profit margins. So there's no profit in creating really healthy food. So in this country, they choose to put the profits over the people. And we can look at that historically, whether it was when the doctors promoted cigarettes as healthy, trans fats that were approved, and now they're outlawed because they cause such bad conditions. I mean, heart attacks, strokes, but people still eat them daily. Okay. 5G, GMOs. And we even know milk, how it's promoted as doing a body good, but we know that it leads to an acidic environment, brittle bones, and it even can cause cancer in certain cases. And so I want to say this because when we really think about how the health care, which we now call the sick care, has been set up, we know that the average senior, they're on 12 medications. And we know that the first medication they put them on, there's typically another one they put them on because of the side effects, right? So you get on one medication that can affect your kidneys, your liver, your eyesight. So then they give you another medication and then another medication. And before you know it, we see these pharmaceutical companies. I mean, this is trillions of dollars of revenue. And so it becomes this cycle. And now they're even targeting our kids, right? When we talked about the statistics in the beginning, but know that a lot of this is by design, because let's look at just certain practices that we allow here in this country, they don't allow in Europe, whether it's GMOs that they don't allow, but also too, the predatory advertisement. I mean, think about it. If you ever sit and watch commercials or cartoons with your grandchildren or your children, you will notice that they advertise food that is toxic, but it's packaged up as cute things for kids. But read the ingredients. And in Europe, they don't allow that type of predatory advertisement promoting toxic foods. So foods with high fructose corn syrup, foods with all sorts of chemicals and flavors and artificial colors, artificial sweeteners, all of that is being targeted and promoted to our kids. Okay. And when you really think about that, now the children, they see these commercials, they go to the store and sometimes they fall out on the floor because they want certain things. And just talking about the high fructose corn syrup alone, it's highly addictive, which means once they start eating it, they're going to keep over consuming whatever they're eating until they start gaining weight. And now we see an obesity crisis with our kids. And we know that obesity leads to cancer, it leads to diabetes. And so we have to protect our family. And that's why we put this program together, because we've got to break that generational cycle. We know that there are countries that adhere to the practices from the blood type book, countries like Japan. And then there's countries like the United States. We debunk it. You go to your doctor, you ask them to test your blood, they're going to look at you like you're crazy. Like you don't need to know your blood unless you're having a transfusion. But the reality is we need to know our blood type. Let's look at the life expectancy. If we look at Japan, they now rank number one in the world for life expectancy. In fact, they live on average to 84.6 years young. And then we look at this country. I mean, there are third world countries that outlive us. We rank 50th on average to 76 years, but as African Americans, 71.8. And I say that is unacceptable. We can choose to extend and add years to our life, but we've got to make new choices. We got to make new habits, and we've got to pass those on for our generations to come. By following the blood type diet, we know there's anecdotal evidence that shows millions of people have reported positive improvements by adhering to these blood type practices. We know that we can protect ourselves from viruses and infections. We can take a stand against life-threatening disease. We can achieve our ideal weight, slow the aging process, and even cleanse our body of toxins and unhealthy fats. So the number two key is this dangerous level of oxidation that we're experiencing. I want you to think about this for a second. We're designed to eat fruits and vegetables every day. If we don't eat fruits and vegetables every day, the body will start rotting on you and it will start rusting on you. And that leads to this whole decaying process of internal organs, which becomes premature death. And researchers have finally identified one of the most important contributors to heart disease, wrinkles, cancer, arthritis, and many other problems associated with getting older. And that is called the fact that we are not getting our antioxidants. Fruit and vegetables are loaded with plant compounds. known as phytonutrients, which have antioxidant abilities. Some phytonutrients have been shown to disable cancer-causing substances as well. Omega-3 deficiency. This is a big one. A way to bring this one home is really relating this to your car. I know we have several guys on the line, which is great, right? And I know you can all relate to this, and I know the women too, but our cars, if we don't change the oil in our car, and let's say we let it go that way for 10 years, your car engine could literally blow up on you, right? We have to change our oil consistently. And that's the bottom line. And the reality is, some people value the health of their car engine more than they value their own body. See, we need an oil change. And what am I talking about? See, this omega-3, it's an essential fatty acid. When something's essential, it means the body cannot make it. So if the body cannot make it, and if having it is the difference between life or death, it means we need an oil change, because all the fast food restaurants, we're getting plenty of the 6 and plenty of the 9. But the walnuts, the sardines, the wild caught salmon, okay, these are the items that are loaded with the omega-3 that we're not getting. And so as a result of that, we see an increased risk factor for heart attack, stroke, and high blood pressure, increased risk of depression, anxiety, Alzheimer's, dementia, accelerate the progression of diabetes, arthritis, cancer, and autoimmune, weight gain, obesity, metabolic syndrome, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, all of this, which can progress to liver cirrhosis or liver cancer, weakens our immune system, making the body more susceptible to infections, and then of course our bone health. And how you really want to look at the omega-3, when you start witnessing, and I've seen this in my own family, where you'll have certain siblings who they are all dead before 55. It's like, what the heck happened? Okay. And you look at some of this, and if they died because of strokes and heart attacks, and I know one family, all of them were dead, either stroke or heart attack. We know that omega-3 deficiency is behind 99% of that, okay? And so we've got to protect our health. We've got to get this healthy fat in it. When we see kids acting out at school, when they're overly hyperactive, exerting violent behavior at young ages, all of that can be controlled when we give them what nature intended, and that was healthy fat for the brain. Without healthy fat, the brain shrinks, and when the brain shrinks, the results are catastrophic. Number 4, an unhealthy gut. Do you know that gut issues arise when our diet includes improper food choices and lacks sufficient fiber, probiotics, and prebiotics? So some of the signs of gut issues include your digestive system issues, your immune system is weakened because 70% of our gut, 70% of our immune system is in our gut. Malabsorption, which means you're eating things, but you're not absorbing them. So we got to fix that gut. Nutritional deficiencies, inflammation, skin problems, mental health challenges, weight management, hormonal imbalances, autoimmune conditions. They're even telling us now that they're seeing a direct correlation between dementia and Alzheimer's and unhealthy gut. So we've got to get our microbiome intact. Number 5, a parasite invasion. Do you know that parasites are now at such epidemic levels? They're actually reviewing autopsies and finding that parasites are invading our organs, our brains, our lungs, and liver. As a result of that, we're having more heart attacks, diabetes, chronic fatigue, autoimmune disorders. And then, of course, from a mental perspective, parasites in the brain cause depression, anxiety, and even schizophrenia. So what's the solution? What's the solution? So what's exciting, because yeah, you've heard a lot of the bad news, but the good news is there's a solution. The good news is for the last 5.5 years, we've been working on bringing healthy solutions to the world. In 2021 specifically, we brought the blood type solution to the world. And so we've helped literally over 33,000 customers. And now we offer 5 steps to creating generational health for you and for your family. So I will read our disclaimer. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The information provided herein is for informational purposes only and is not intended as a substitute for advice from your physician or healthcare professional. If you're pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or have any other medical condition, please consult your healthcare provider before using any nutritional supplements, and individual results may vary. So now, here is the 5 steps to generational health. Number 1, do you know your blood type? If not, we have a simple test for less than $15. And in a few minutes, it's an at-home test, so you can even order it online. And right now, we have it at 30% off. And so it's a genetic blueprint for who you are and a guide to how you can live most healthfully. Number 2, learn what's best for you. Remember, food that heals one can harm another. So it starts with your blood type. Then you look at your food. Your food impacts your health. Your health impacts your legacy. Number 3, you want to purchase the kit that works best based on your goals. Maybe you want to just get healthy. Maybe you want to lose weight. Maybe you want to get in shape. Determine what your goals are, and then we're going to help you accomplish your goals. So the number 1 kit we offer, kit number 1 is our blood type starter kit. It includes a mild detox to support the liver and gastrointestinal system. This is designed to help you kickstart your journey to generational health. So inside of our blood type starter kit, there's 2 options. One includes a blood type test, and one is for those who might already know your blood type. They both include the bitters, our detox meal plan, sample meal replacement shake, and then your digital download for your specific blood type. So within the kit, our bitters help you to detoxify your blood cells. It's a powerful tool. It's 4 days. In fact, how they work is they boost digestion. They stimulate the production of digestive enzymes, bile, and stomach acid. These are all important for breaking food down, regulating the appetite, reducing cravings, supporting detoxification of the liver, getting those toxins out of your blood. We've always learned there's power in the blood. Yes, there is power in the blood. We've got to clean out our blood, eliminating those fat-soluble toxins in the digestive system, alkaline in the body, reducing inflammation, and then, of course, improving our microbiome. We now offer this phenomenal meal replacement, so you're going to get a sample of that inside of your kit. And this is great because it targets those 5 key problems that I talked about. So yes, you get your blood type support, you get antioxidant protection. We actually have omega-3 fatty acids. It's something called sea buckthorn. It's a vegan source of omega-3, 6, 7, and 9, because guess what? Even though 6 and 9 produce what they call inflammation, you need a little bit of inflammation, which is why it's essential. So it's essential for you to get all of them. We just have too much. So if you're going to take in omega-3, 6, 7, and 9, you want to take the best source of it. And the sea buckthorn is the best source of it so that we can have a balanced inflammatory response. Because if you get cut, the body needs to heal. And that's why the inflammatory response needs to work, but we just don't want too much inflammation. So this is your perfect choice for getting the healthy levels we need to thrive, okay? Our gut health, our prebiotic, our probiotic, our fiber, and yes, even something to get rid of those parasites that have invaded our body. Our flat belly 7-day starter is a part of our kit number 2. And what's incredible about this package, it provides a powerful refresh. It's really designed to jumpstart your journey to health. It's packed with nutrients. It's going to help clean out that digestive system. It's going to boost your energy. You can shed up to 10 pounds, leaving you lighter and revitalized. It's a perfect option for those seeking a more short-term commitment, but still getting transformative results. And this is an actual picture, day 1 and day 7 of one of our customers. So you can see how it goes to work at targeting the belly fat. It includes our purifier, which is a liquid colonic, plus our full body cleanse, our eliminator, which helps to remove parasites and reduce mucus, our regenerator, which is going to restore the body with superfoods, fiber, probiotics, and prebiotics as well. Number 3, we offer a flat belly 7-day reset. So this is a more complete reset. for those who are facing more intense health challenges, are seeking a deeper transformation. This program really works to detoxify your body, restore balance, and promote significant weight loss of 8 to 25 pounds. Now, this gentleman lost 30 pounds. Okay. My son dropped 25 pounds in 21 days. Okay. While also building a foundation for lasting health. And it's really the best choice if you really want a profound physical and mental renewal. Okay. And so Billy S. dropped 30 pounds of waste in 21 days. These are his before and after. I mean, it looks like he gave birth, right? I mean, that's pretty amazing. And so it also includes those same 3 products. But the difference with this is when you order this by midnight tonight, you're going to also get a bottle of our hemp Govee for free when it releases in January. Okay. And so you're probably wondering, what is hemp Govee? Everywhere you look on the news, whether it's the Ozempic, whether it's the Wegovy, right? There's all these injectables. And unfortunately, we know these injectables are working to slow our digestive system down. And we know that if our immune system is housed in our gut, if our gut controls Alzheimer's and dementia and so many other things, why in the heck would we want to slow it down and put something in our body that could be toxic, and the long-term consequences haven't truly been studied, even though, yeah, there are some short-term gains, okay? But the reality is there's a way for you to do this safe and naturally, and that's through our hemp Govee. And I'm going to give you more details on how this works, but you are going to love it, and it's a great addition to our 21-day cleanse. And so let's look at some real testimonials. And so meet Ernestine Davis. Yes, she is 63 years young. And here's what she says: switching to foods tailored to my blood type helped me lose fat, improve my digestion, and achieve 4th place in a bikini contest at 63 years young. Okay. And so these women here, we now have another boot camp coming up, and we're just so excited. It's actually Ageless Body. So if you want to join our Ageless Body boot camp and really learn to, get in your best shape of your life at any age, okay? So, because look at her at 63. Can you imagine at 52, at 50? These are women that realize that ageless health is going to start with our blood type, okay? And so look at Tanisha. She dropped 15 pounds in 21 days. And look at these results. I mean, pretty amazing. And then look at this. 21-day results. And this is exciting because, again, you hear about these weight loss drugs. And every time I do the study on those, it's crazy because people might lose 20 pounds, but it takes sometimes 9 months, And so what's exciting about this is these are results that happen in 21 days. And the long-term effects are powerful, okay? And so look at Yvette, over 100 days on our program. These are her results. She wrote a book about it. She became a bestseller for blood type books on Amazon. So we're so proud of you, Yvette. And so the game changer, which is coming soon, is our hemp Govee. It is packed with powerful plant ingredients. It works synergistically to target key areas of weight management while promoting overall wellness. And the key benefits are burning fat, boosting metabolism, curbing appetite, supporting digestive health, and promoting overall balance. And so you're probably wondering, hemp, isn't that from the cannabis plant? Yes, it is. But it offers the health without the high. And understand that cannabis actually has a direct impact on your blood type. CAs deal with lower stomach acid, higher stress, and susceptibility to heart disease. Bs deal with susceptibility to autoimmune conditions and nervous system disorders. Os deal with higher risk of inflammatory conditions, arthritis, and overacidity. ABs deal with sensitivity to digestive and immune stressors. So knowing that cannabis reduces inflammation, stress, improves digestion by leveraging the properties of CBD and other cannabinoids alongside the blood type diet, individuals may achieve a more balanced, harmonious approach to wellness tailored towards their unique biological predisposition. And so this endocannabinoid system, it is such a game changer because we have all these systems, whether it's our immune system, digestive system, But do you know that this is the master key? If this system is out of balance, everything is out of balance, which is why they tell us this is the most critical system. Unlike pharmaceuticals that target single symptoms, cannabinoids are interacting with the ECS system to provide systemic benefits, offering a more natural approach to health and well-being. It's the way to bring your body back into balance and offer cannabis as a holistic solution. And so CBD, in case you don't know what that is, it's a compound that occurs naturally in industrial hemp. And again, it offers the health without the high. THCA, which is another cannabinoid that we offer, and it goes great with the 21-day cleanse as well. You can consume it raw with no psychotropic effects, but it can help with further weight loss reduction and reducing inflammation. And that is powerful because this also comes from industrial hemp. With THCA, the difference is it could show up on a drug test, so we don't include that in our Hempgovy, but you can buy the flower if you don't have to get drug tested, and you can consume that raw, or you can heat it. If you heat it, you will experience the psychotropic effect, just like THC, because the A drops off. And so with our CBD products, we formulate our proprietary blends of herbs and botanicals to elevate your well-being. And there's a trend right now with raw cannabis. Again, it goes great with our 21-day cleanse, our 7-day cleanse. As more people turn to raw plant-based diets, THCA fits into the concept of consuming raw cannabis for therapeutic purposes, such as juicing cannabis leaves or flowers. In fact, it offers both the health, or it can offer the high, is your choice. But if you choose just the health, it does not impair your cognitive function. And here are some of the benefits that it's been shown to improve: arthritis, autoimmune disorders, anti-inflammatory, neuroprotective, multiple sclerosis, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, chronic pain, and cancer. RSO concentrate. This is another product with THCA and CBD. It's a full spectrum oil. This is highly therapeutic. This is our most medicinal product for people battling really serious chronic issues. This is a game changer. In fact, it's designed by a Canadian medical marijuana activist who actually advocated for its potential health benefits, okay? And so when it comes to things like pain, anxiety, sleep, Parkinson's, anti-inflammatory, stimulating appetite for those who might need that, neurological, and even antioxidant protection, this is loaded and very, very, very powerful. So it's RSO, also known as Rick Simpson oil. And you take that via an oral syringe where you drop the drops right under your tongue and you hold it for about 60 seconds, and then you let that absorb through the body, and then you swallow it. So number 4, now that you've seen the products, you want to now know how you can transform your diet and dramatically improve your health. And that's number 4. We provide to you the meal plan. We provide to you the blood type charts and everything you need to really have an amazing transformation. And number 5, now we want to break the cycle of generational illness. We want to share the gift of health. As we're in this holiday season, this is the best time to inspire others to create generational health first with your success story. And then you support your family's unique health journey as well. So there's a comprehensive test that you can also order. And this is something you would be able to then get with the nearest scan coach toward to you. We have scan coaches in almost most of the states, okay? But you can check online to see where we offer this service. But the comprehensive test also includes your blood type test kit and a digital download. And so it's going to test your omega-3 levels, your gut health, your vitamins and minerals, your heart, liver, and kidneys. This represents a $1,000 value. You're going to receive that for $189 though when you buy it on our website. Right now, you will save 30% do our Black Friday specials and our small business Saturday specials as well. And so when you enroll though in one of our auto ships, you can actually add the comprehensive test for just a $50 upgrade, okay? So that's pretty awesome. And so let's look at our generational health pack. Right now, you can get this pack for just $489. It's a $700 value, but this is really great for the person who's thinking family. Like if you're thinking, I want to get the blood type charts for my grandkids, my kids, you're going to get 5 of those, 3 blood type test kits, 3 bitters, 3 fuel, 3 coffee, 2 of our 7-day cleanses, and 3 of those comprehensive health tests. I mean, that alone is worth the $489 just for those tests alone. Now, with our product line, there's over 70 plus products where you can enjoy 30% off. So we have everything from our healthy coffee that tastes amazing, no fillers, no maltodextrin like you see in most healthy coffees. Ours is literally probably the healthiest coffee on the planet, but it tastes delicious. And it's also loaded with aronia berry. So you get a little finish at the end where you see the little signature that aronia berry leaves behind. But you know that every day when you're taking your coffee, you're getting a strong dose of antioxidant protection, okay? Essential oils, our pain cream and our topicals, our hair care, and even our culinary. And so now what I want to do real quick, you've heard a lot from me, but I think it's important for you to hear from others who have experienced these phenomenal benefits. And so before I pick or see if someone from the audience wants to come up and share, Kathy, I would love for you to do a share. I'll show your before and after while you're getting on the line. Okay, so I'll show you your picture.
Thank you, Melissa, for the opportunity to share. Yes, I have done several cleanses since we started this journey of knowledge. And as we have gone through that, I personally was going through some health challenges, which were really aided in being able to detoxify my body, to prepare for handling chronic pain, and then eventual surgery and eventual successful recovery. And so throughout the process, the cleanse has really allowed me to prepare my body in a natural way, enhance the recovery and being very speedy. I was able to use not only the cleanse products, Melissa, but the essential oils and our CBD products to assist in recovery and continued with just managing my whole life, really bringing my whole body back into balance. And so throughout that process, I've lost weight, helped with my bioscan numbers, and just continued to really keep my body and work toward that optimal health and that optimal weight. So in this during this time, I had gone through a couple cleanses, 21-day cleanse, and a couple 4-day cleanses. This is a 39-pound loss. And throughout that time, I was going through chronic pain. And since then, I've had double hip surgery. Both hips have been replaced. I'm fully recovered. My active life, well, I was still active. I was just in a lot of pain. But my active life now is pain free and couldn't be better. Just excited about the future. And I know that through Akana's products, the entire product line is just enhancing my life. So thank you so much, Melissa.
Thank you so much, Kathy, for that awesome share. And I do see we have a dynamic duo on the line. I know, James, you're preparing for your book signing. So definitely you can give a plug for that on the call today. But I see both Ma and James are on. So I would love for you both to just kind of share as a husband and wife what your experiences have been, because I know for you, this is so deeply personal and how you really have worked to break those generational issues within your own family and really help set your whole family free. So if you don't wouldn't mind unmuting and sharing.
Sure, I'll share. I'm excited. And thank you, Melissa, our CEO. You know, she's an innovator. She's always changing things, doing things differently, uh, and giving us new things to do. And I find it exciting. My wife and I were talking about this the other night, and we were talking about how Akana has changed our lives. You know, I'm 73 years old, and at 73, I'm like, hey, you know, there's a lot of things I could be doing, you know, and there's a lot of things I would not be doing. I don't want to sit around and watch Westerns all day. You know, I want to be able to get out and enjoy myself and enjoy my life. Now, as far as the effect of our plans, you know, a flat belly lifestyle, I've been doing the bitters, and I found that they've had a profound effect on me. You know, as far as clearing my system out, as far as giving me some more clarity of my mind. Eating for my blood type has really, really helped. I found that when I now eat things that I shouldn't be eating, that it has a real negative effect. I don't think I've eaten chicken in about 3 years, but I do eat turkey. And the one thing I wanted to share that I found real fascinating is that type Bs shouldn't drink distilled liquor. Now, uh, I like my good liquor now. I'm gonna tell you, single malt scotch and all kinds of good stuff like that. But what I found out is that when you do anything to an extreme, or when you do it like every day, it starts to have a negative effect on you and causes GERD and messes with your sleep cycle and all other types of things. And so that's one of the things that I've learned. And so I've cut back on distilled liquor, except on special occasions. And another thing I'll share too about Akana is that we're trying to create a blue zone. And if you don't know what a blue zone is, go Google it, do a little reading about it, because as you start to move around a little bit more, maybe put a bean bag in your corner of your room, sit down and get up and get down, and you start to motion is lotion. You start to move, you start to feel better. You start to find out how centenarians, people that live to be 100 years old, how their lifestyle is. Being around a community like the people we have in Akana helps you to have a more positive image of yourself. And by having a positive image of yourself, it helps you and your community to move forward.
How you want to work?
But that's all I have. Okay.
Oh, wow. That was awesome, James. So powerful. Thank you for that share. You guys are just doing it so big, and I really appreciate you for taking time out this morning to share a little bit more about your journey. And I know they've learned some stuff too, because many men and women love that distilled alcohol, but knowing that it could literally take years off your life once you start understanding it's not for your blood type. So learn the foods and the drinks that are for you, learn the ones that are not for you, and start just being your own guide. Because as you start paying attention to your body, you're going to realize, ooh, when I eat that chicken, it is causing inflammation. And you start to realize how parallel the stories become. So that was awesome. Anyone else would like to share before we go ahead and close it out? Anyone else? We're good. Well, we're going to keep it moving. I know as I look on down the line, I have an unfair advantage because I know all of your stories, right? So many people.
Melissa, it's
Yeah,
Margaret. It's Margaret. I just wanted to say real quick that I was so impressed with James Mitchell's testimony. I don't think I've ever heard it before. It's excellent. And then about those bitters, and then the distilled liquors. And so the thing that I just want to throw in there real quick, my go-to now is the Fuel meal replacement shake. Guys, we're missing the mark if we don't understand how good it is for our bodies, especially in this holiday. Just drink a meal replacement shake for lunch, and then you can have all your dinner. Okay, anything that you're eating for dinner according to your blood type. And I'm a blood type O, and I've learned that the Fuel, because it has a whey protein, is much better for me than the previous meal replacement I was drinking that had, the Fuel has a hemp protein, which was much better for me than my previous meal replacement, which had the whey protein, not good for blood type O. So just wanted to share that on this holiday season. I'm having a ball. Thank you.
Awesome. And it's funny how the bitters keeps coming up, guys. True story. I was at a 60th party yesterday for my husband's sister-in-law. And the lady across from me was getting motion sickness. We were on the boat, and the weather in Chicago was very cold. It was choppy. And so as we were sailing on a large boat, of course, it held 300 people, but she was getting so ill. So I talked to the bartender, and he had a formula. So he did a bitters and he put some ginger in it. So I came back and brought it to her, and she was like, thank you, thank you. She drank it. And literally, she couldn't even keep her head up. When she drank that, within 5 minutes, she was like, I don't know what you just gave me, but thank you. And the whole night, she was completely fine, was able to eat, was able to party. So bitters, if you don't know, you better get you some bitters, guys. They are powerful, and I'm glad to keep hearing them come up over and over and over again. So great job, guys. And so with that being said, a reminder, this is Small Business Saturday, a great day to support whoever invited you on the line. You can go to social media, check out more of our specials, but just know that your dollar can make a huge impact, okay, on the business owners who are part of our company. And we do appreciate that. And we appreciate your business because, as James said, our goal is to create blue zone communities. If you don't know what a blue zone is, these are places where people on average, tend to live over 90 plus years young. Okay. So if you start identifying specific places like Okinawa, Japan, okay, Singapore, Icaria, Greece, Sardinia, Italy, Nicoya, Costa Rica, and yes, even in California, we have a city called Loma Linda. And so when you now see people in their 90s, even plus 100, and they still have high quality of life, they're not on medications, they're able to walk and have fun and exercise. Some of them are still jogging and they just have high quality of life. And so wouldn't you love that for your family? And so our goal is to create a blue zone company, but we want you to create a blue zone family where we break these issues that are happening across generations. And we do offer a generational wealth pack too for someone who is thinking even bigger, where you see this not only as a way to impact people's health, but you want to also look at the wealth side of it, because just know the wellness industry, it's huge. It's 3.5 trillion. When you look at the cannabis industry, right, it's exploding. So these are two hot industries. So imagine you position yourself on the business side and still receive over $2,000 in products. We have a revenue share. Imagine you can override the global success of our company. What would that do to impact your future generations? So these are exciting times because you can get a $6,000 value. And right now, because of our Black Friday, it actually dropped to $1,999. So less than $2,000. And you get all these amazing products and all these amazing solutions. And if you do want to do a mix and match, we do have a new line of THCA products, okay? And so if anyone's looking at opening kind of like your own online dispensary, great, because you do that when you start your online business with us, but you can also have a little micro dispensary where you have products with you, okay? And so you can do the mix and match, get the same value, but now you have some of the new products as well and all the same benefits. And so when we think about this market and why it's so hot right now, especially on the cannabis side, what's exciting about the market is the timing of it. I'm going to make sure we mute everybody out. So 1 second, mute all so we don't get any more interruptions. Okay, guys, I just muted everybody. Okay, great. And so we have regulatory momentum on our side right now, which is causing explosive growth. And a lot of this has to do with accessibility and legal status, okay? So know this, that the cannabis market, if we just isolate that market, in 2021, 28 billion, by 2028, 197 billion. And so while federal legislation, right? While federal legalization and legislation hasn't happened on the federal side, it's still uncertain, but the current patchwork of laws has created openings for products derived by hemp. We first jumped in the space back in 2017, okay? And now not only do we have CBD, but now we have THCA that we can legally sell in 45 states across this country, guys. That's a game changer. We can ship our THC, okay, across state lines, okay? And that is all protected under the Farm Bill. This is a window of opportunity that allows companies like ours to operate and grow with few barriers, which becomes an opportunity of a lifetime for our distributors and for people that partner with us. And so our goal is to help 1.5% of the United States. And when we accomplish this goal, that's over 5 million people, 5 million lives that are changed. And when you do the math on that, at just a $50 spend on average, that's $250 million in sales. In fact, what if 80% of the people reject this concept? Guess what? It doesn't matter. We've still impacted over 1 million people, and that's just in this country alone. And so there's something called the S-curve in business, and it's used to predict success. The first 100,000 to 150,000 involved in a business like this will earn up to 80% of the wealth of a company. See, most people get involved when companies are way in momentum, right? And oftentimes you also see people get involved in companies where they've stabilized, right? There's not a lot of room for growth. And so when you're with a company that's at its formulation and pioneering stages, it could truly be a right place, right time opportunity for you and your family. Because Harvard Business School tells us, select a company at least 18 months old. We know that 90% of companies will fail in their first 18 months. Now, our company is going on its 6th year in business and we're debt free. According to Harvard Business School, if a company has less than 500,000 people, it's a great opportunity. If less than 100,000 people, it's an opportunity of a lifetime. This truly is the opportunity of a lifetime. So make sure you get back with the person who invited you on the line. Let them know where you're at. I think Mike Newsom, I have to give you the credit for this, is what I heard is you kind of coined this. You mentioned this on a call one day. He says, everyone can choose to do nothing, right? And if we choose to do nothing, then guess what? Nobody's impacted. But in life, sometimes you're doing nothing sometimes has consequences, right? Because let's say I did nothing, right? I didn't start this company, and now those 33,000 customers never were impacted by our company, right? Let's say you chose not to start this business, and think about the customers you impacted. And so we all have a chance today to do something, even if it's just a small step. And that small step could be, well, let me start as a customer, because there's 3 ways to become that customer, right? You can buy starter kit number 1, number 2, or number 3. Take advantage of that free Hemgovy by getting the number 3, saving 30% on whatever pack you decide to pick today. Or you can take it a step further. You can say, you know what, this makes sense to me. I've been, at a place in life where I've been at the right place in the right time, but maybe you didn't take action, right? When we think about Google, we think about Microsoft, we think about Amazon. There were so many opportunities we've had in our life, and they tell us poor means passing over opportunity repeatedly. If you see an opportunity today, and if this sounds like something you can do, then I would challenge you to get back with the person who invited you on the line. If there's questions, definitely get those questions answered, but most importantly, get started. And get started today so that you can take advantage of some of our lowest prices of the year. And so with that being said, we're going to go ahead and end the call. I want to just say thank you all for joining us. Have a phenomenal Saturday, and check our social media again for all the updates, including what's going to happen on Cyber Monday. So thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you, Melissa.
You're welcome. Thank you, guys.